Hey, I wanted to make a quick video on learning about the native environment, the natural environment. I've been learning quite a bit about trees and just native plants and invasives as well. And I kind of started my environmental journey from a very human-centric perspective, from what am I consuming, and how can I change what I'm consuming to be better at consuming. um, you know, or you know, so now I'm studying more of the natural environment, and sometimes it kind of feels like, why do I need to know what that flower is called? Or why do I need to know what that's called? How's that going to help me? Because I don't own land yet, and I don't own a park. I don't have any wild animals that I'm taking care of, what I have control over. So I don't need to build their ecosystems, to save the planet. I don't need to know everything about their ecosystems to save the planet. But I am pro building ecosystems. I want their ecosystems to be bigger. And so it makes sense to know how to better provide bigger ecosystems for them. One of my big things right now is save the Minnesota rainforest. I'm from Minnesota. Save the Minnesota rainforest, because there are so many pros to having more trees and more plants and having more natural spaces, and trying to greenify those places that aren't. And I was just looking at it from a heat transfer perspective, to kind of combat global warming, keep our spaces cool, having more trees, closing the canopy and helping with carbon sequestration, more trees. So save the Minnesota rainforest. It's not a rainforest. It's not a rainforest, but I was being dumb that day, and now it's just stuck. But I kind of wanted to talk about, you want to promote more of that, promote more of the environment, and growing the environment, and promoting a diverse ecosystem within that environment. But also just knowing about the environment will help you be a better steward. Like, if you need trees and you need them fast, aspen, they grow 2 feet every year. Buckthorn does too, but buckthorn is an invasive, and it's a terrible, terrible plant. It will never be gone. And these things, like, you just don't know, because obviously, sometimes you want to have a closed canopy in a hurry, or if you want to have a nice tree that you can see grow quickly with your family. These just for different reasons, these little factoids are relevant. And it used to be, oh well, I can eat that, I like that. I like a good food plant that I didn't know I could eat, now I can eat. But it's so much more than that too. So I 100% believe in it. And I think, and some of these are, hazards. So you want to be able to tell which ones are invasives too, because they can keep the native plants and the natural plants that you want from growing. So you have to kind of keep your eyes to it and make sure that you're watching for those as well. So all of these kind of work together to make sure that you have a sustainable ecosystem, that you are being a good steward and trying to be a good, trying to save the planet. So all these little things work together. So it is important to build that natural rhetoric and know about the ecosystems themselves, the different pieces, because I don't own land. I don't have my own park yet. I would love to have the affluence to be able to donate a park. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but but that'd be pretty cool. Just to be able to be a good steward and to take care of those animals, and to be able to speak knowledgeably if those public lands are brought up, in a social setting or in a political setting. You need to know what you're talking about in order to make a difference. So it makes more sense to know as much as possible about something you're passionate about, and this definitely qualifies. So it's obviously, I believe that promoting more natural spaces and promoting more green spaces, more trees, more biodiversity, I believe that all those things will help the planet and will help save the planet. And I think that that to do that, you have to be knowledgeable. So you need to know all your ins and outs, and you need to be able to be a great steward, a great advocate for what you care about. And that means knowing about the names of trees and being able to say, well, actually, I think this tree would work really well in this environment or in this circumstance because XYZ. So that's why it's important. And that is why I'm going to continue to learn as much as possible. So.